Well, to all the politicians who are talking about this is not a moment to celebrate or a moment to complain. This was a defense deal, for God's sake. And even before the deal was signed, Rafale was laced in controversy. The UPA government kept it pending because defense deals in India tend to come with political costs. And for 5 full years, the Rafale deal has been the center of a Congress versus BJP political battle. It was even an election issue. Name-calling, personal attacks, comments from former presidents of other countries, accusations against an industrialist who's facing a huge debt crisis, and contradictory statements by bureaucrats and politicians on the pricing. The Rafale deal has seen it all. On Wion Edit, I want to explain why this episode is one to avoid in the future. It helped no one. First things first, national security is above politics. It should be. India's defense forces have a chronic shortage of weapons. Addressing that problem is of paramount importance because threats to national security are complex and they're mutating every day. But every time a government, be it the UP or the NDA, every time a government makes a defense deal, there are worries about exposés, about pricing, interpretation of clauses, political controversies. Procurement takes a backseat, politics rules the story. Security takes a hit, scams prevail. It has happened with every big defense deal in this country. Ditto with Rafale. The Supreme Court has now ruled. The Congress and the BJP are both claiming a win, but it's more important to take this as a starting point, a lesson to fix the flaws in India's defense procurement policy. The Modi government's defense procurement policy of 2016 aims to give world-class equipment to Indian forces. It's a great idea. But the policy has its own set of problems. For instance, procurement is treated as a purchase by the state, which means it has to be transparent, fair and equitable. That is the best case scenario. This is also utopian and therefore often unachievable. Why am I saying this? Because defense is a competitive, cutthroat industry and offset clauses are outside the ambit of procurement safeguards, which means the suppliers like Dassault Aviation have complete right to choose their Indian offset partner. In the Rafale case, this led to a political fight. How does this even work? To be fair to the government, it only had the choice to exclude an offset partner, not to choose one. These holes have to be addressed immediately. Transparency in defense procurement will be a one-stop solution. As the dust settles on this case, the government must take preventive actions. Look at the situation around you right now. Cyber warfare is upon us. Geopolitical tensions have intensified, and yet we have a government and an opposition fighting over defense deals with roving and fishing petitions in the Supreme Court. Deals whose specifics the Supreme Court itself refuses to intervene in. Look at the Israeli example. 2014, there was a security situation. 2016, they had a law to prevent it. Defense deals happen in no time. This year, they've had 2 elections. They still don't have a government in place. There's a political impasse, but that hasn't got in the way of ensuring national security. More than 400 rockets have been fired from Gaza in the last 1 week. Israel is responding both politically and militarily. Moral of the story, do not let politics get in the way of national security. Do not expect the judiciary to engage in policy making. Go to the courts by all means to expose corruption, but go with tangible evidence, not empty rhetoric. Because that wastes time and money, that undermines institutions and compromises systems.